Hey guys, there's old Summon here. So I can just say like happy early holidays, cause we're only like pretty much a week into November, and unfortunately I didn't get any good Halloween specials, but anyway I thought since this might be a good time to do it, I'd go over like something from the holidays, like now let's go over the Home Alone series. I love this series. I love this series. It's one of my favorite comedies today. All right, so now first let's go over the first one, Home Alone. Okay, so the story revolves around this kid named Kevin McAllister, whose family goes away on vacation to Paris, but accidentally leave him behind. So they're trying to plan to get back there to get him. But during that time, there are two house burglars by the names of Harry and Marv that go. They're basically going that he has to prevent from robbing his house. So he sets up a bunch of traps in the house, and it's just slapstick after slapstick. And 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 they do end up getting arrested at the end. And still it's a very great comedy. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'm trying not to go into too much detail, but still, let's move on. Next I have is Home Alone 2. Now this is the sequel to Home Alone 1. Again, it revolves around Kevin McAllister, except this time he accidentally his family goes on Christmas vacation again, and then he accidentally gets on the wrong plane and heads to New York. But little does he all know, he ran into the same thieves, Harry and Marv, as they have escaped from jail, and they're now in New York, and are planning to rob this very famous toy store of its charity money. Again, he tries to stop them, but this time it goes a little different. So he goes to, I believe, his uncle's house in New York that is being renovated. Right, and he makes a bunch of traps there, which he then tries to lure them. He lures them there. Again, slapstick after slapstick, very, very good. That's the most enjoyable part of it. Again, it pretty much ends up pretty much the same way. And now we move on to Home Alone 3, which I currently don't have a copy of. Now this one was changed up quite a bit. So now it revolves around this other kid known as Alex Pruitt. Now the thought of this being criticized, it's a different kid, and he's taking on much more dangerous criminals that they're after this microchip that they lost at the airport that went to Chicago in a toy remote control car that they tried to sneak it through on their way way back to, I believe it was North Korea. This chip was apparently for like a terrorist missile that apparently could like be undetectable by radar. Which then they head to Chicago, and they basically are searching a bunch of houses because they don't know who has it. Now in this part it's a little different. This kid is sick with chicken pox, and the reason he's home alone is basically because it's just like any other day. His parents are at work, his two older siblings are at school, and at this point, this is where and now what truly saved this for me was actually the trap scene, like he does all that slapstick. But this one but except these ones go a little bit more unrealistic, which made it more funny. I mean, it was still, well, still an enjoyable series, like experience to sit through. Now we move on to Home Alone Taking Back the House, or Home Alone 4, and this is the last one I'll discuss. As I know there was another release that my friend Murdoch said it was funny, but I haven't seen it. Alright, so this one is just the biggest disappointment ever. For one, it goes back to Kevin McAllister, but still the acting isn't as great, and the story is totally unconvincing. And not even the trap scenes could save this one. It's very dully written. At least they have one familiar face, Marv, but Harry's still in jail, and I believe he's coming out with his girlfriend. And which literally, now this one, like I said, this one is really unrealistic. The story is very, very unconvincing. And I only managed to see this on TV, so. And without John Hughes, I believe, directing it, since he had since passed, since the third film. I believe some unknown director tried to do this, but still, it turned out, it's very sad of how dull it turned out. And really, and I don't really know much of the story. So there you go for you. The first four Home Alone films, and so I'm Day07 signing out.